Today's book is Harlem Grown by Hillery. Harlem Grown: How One Big Idea Transformed a Neighborhood. Once, in a big city called New York, in a bustling neighborhood called Harlem, there was an empty lot. Nevaeh called it the Haunted Garden. It was cluttered with wrecked couches, old TVs, broken bottles, and empty cans. Once, in a big city, in a bustling neighborhood, there was Nevaeh's school. PS 175, it was called, and it sat across from the Haunted Garden. One day, a man came to PS 175. Mr. Tony, the kids called him. When Mr. Tony saw those kids in that haunted garden, he had an idea. He began to clear the haunted garden, one piece of trash at a time. Soon it was a clean slate, a blank canvas. Mr. Tony laid down new, clean soil. He invited Nevaeh to help. Seeds, shovels, water. Nevaeh started to plant. Then she dug holes in the ground. Into the holes she placed her seedlings, and then she carefully covered them with dirt. Her friends came too. 400 seedlings went into the ground, one for each kid. Basil, mint, cilantro, rosemary. Then the kids watered and weeded, and their plants began to grow. Once when Nevaeh came to the lot after school, her plant was wilted and sad. "We'll try again," said Mr. Tony. "We'll plant something different." Wood, hammer, nails. Mr. Tony built raised beds for the plants. The kids tried again. Peas and broccoli, mint and eggplants. They watered and weeded. And at last, food. Tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, blueberries, strawberries, collard greens, kale, basil, arugula. Mr. Tony watched and helped and smiled. More kids came from the neighborhood. They tended their plants, which grew and grew. Up came more fruits and vegetables. The kids took their green beans and carrots and cucumbers home to their families for dinner. In a bustling neighborhood called Harlem. Once, in a big city called New York, in a bustling neighborhood called Harlem, there was a man with an idea. There were kids who wanted to help, and they made a farm. Dear reader, first things first, there's something I want you all to know. I am no garden expert. I'll even let you in on a secret. I have killed more plants than I have been able to grow. I know nothing about what it takes to grow a single plant, let alone start an entire farm. But I saw a problem that I wanted to fix. In 2010, I closed my company when the economy took a turn. I began to volunteer at PS 175 in Harlem. Like many in Harlem, the underfunded school had no art or gym classes. At lunchtime, the students had so much pent-up energy that they would often find themselves in trouble. The blocks around PS 175 are host to 55 fast food restaurants and 29 pharmacies, but not a single store from which to purchase healthy food. When I noticed the vacant lot across from the school, I had the idea to begin Harlem Grown. Now the kids and their parents, with the support of the Harlem Grown staff, grow thousands of pounds of fruits and vegetables a year, which they give to their neighbors and community free of charge. After school and on weekends, local kids flock to the garden to tend their vegetables and fruits. Incidents in the cafeteria decreased dramatically because the farm encourages collaboration and patience. I realized that many of these students growing up in the concrete jungle didn't know where a tomato came from until they were introduced to Harlem Grown's farms. Now they happily eat fresh vegetables because they're proud to have grown them themselves. Originally one garden plot on 134th Street, our urban farm has expanded to 12 sites across Harlem. It employs 22 full-time staff members who provide administrative support, additional crop maintenance, and go into schools to teach nutrition and sustainability, and most importantly, mentor children daily. At Harlem Grown, the mentors are all young men and women from the community, and they work hard to teach and inspire the kids about healthy eating, while also studying hard to complete their education. The little patch where it all began still exists, and every summer the sweetest strawberries in all of New York City grow and are eaten by the children who tend to their urban farm. Sincerely, Tony Hillery, founder and director of Harlem Grown. Now, there are some extra details at the end of this book that say start a garden anywhere, but you can go online to harlemgrown.org for more details about how to start your own garden if that's something you're interested in doing. It would be a little bit tough right now in the winter, but you could always prepare and be ready for the spring.